Hi everyone, and welcome back to Stamp with Anna, and today I'm going to show you a sweet little thank you card. This is my customer thank you card. All my customers who placed an order during the month of February will be receiving one of these in the mail, and it's so cute. I think it's a sweet little thing, and it's made using lots of scraps. The designer series paper is in the annual catalog, and it's called Sweet as a Peach. And these are all of the beautiful designs in it. I have used this paper over and over and over. I have gone through countless packs of it, and sadly, this is all I have left. Just some scraps, different sizes. And you say, what am I going to do with that? Well, I'm going to make this beautiful card with it, because these are 1 3/4 strips, and I was able to make a beautiful card with just that much. So without further ado, let's get started, and I'll show you how this card came to be. I have a piece of pale papaya, and this is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. Then I have 4 pieces of coordinating designer series paper. I have 2 that are cut at 1 3/4 by 1 3/4, and 2 that are cut 1 3/4 by 3. So we're going to take these 4 little scraps and we're going to put them on the pale papaya. Again, the pale papaya is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And before I lay them down, before I adhere them down, I want to place them so that I know that I'm going to have enough of a border and an even border around all of them to do my stitching, my faux stitching. You know, many years ago when I still do scrapbook, but many years ago when I was a huge scrapbooker, I added faux stitching to almost all of my layouts. I just loved the way it looked. It was so simple, and it added such a nice look. So I'm going to put some adhesive on these, and I'm going to just lay them down. I'm not going to press anything, because I want to make sure that they're all evenly spaced before I do that. So now I'm going to do the top one, and I want to try to get the same amount of a border on the top and the bottom as I did with this longer piece. And our adhesive is so strong, it's hard not to get it to adhere. But if a light touch is all you need, just to place it. And that one there. This little fella here looks like he's a little crooked. So I'm just going to move him over just a tiny bit. All right, so they look even to me. So now I'm going to press. And that's cute as it is. So now I'm going to bring in my Balmy Blue Stampin' Right marker, and I'm going to use the thin side. And I'm just going to make stitches along the border. And the stitches, are about 1/16 of an inch maybe. Okay. I'm going to go all the way around the border of the card. Okay, and it does go rather quickly. I do find that as I go along, my stitches sometimes get a little bigger as I move along. But it's a handmade card. And it's not, the only one who will ever notice something that you think is a mistake is you. I always tell my customers that. And if it's bad, it's just an opportunity to embellish. Okay, so now I have all my stitching around the perimeter of my card. And now I just want to do some stitching in the middle, so it looks like it's quilted. And I mean, this will take me a while because I do have quite a few cards to make, but if you're just making a couple of these, this would be nothing at all. And I'll just finish, I'll put my cards all together and I'll just take them upstairs with me, and I will put the TV on in the background and just sit here and draw my stitches. And there we go. My stitched card. Now, before I attach this to the front of my card, I have some Pure Pizzazz ribbon. And this is retired, but you know my spiel. If it's the color is current, but the ribbon's retired, I hold on to it and I will use it. Because if you are like me and many of the crafters that are out there, you have a big stash of ribbon. I just want it to be a current color so that it coordinates with all of my other products that I'm using on the project. So there's my knot. I'm just going to trim my tails. And I'm going to scooch it down just a little bit more so it's closer to the bottom, and then attach it to the base. And the base is Balmy Blue, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, and I'm going to drop that down. Now with a piece of scrap white and the stamp set Timeless Tropical, I'm going to use this sentiment here. It says thank you, and I'm going to stamp that in Pale Papaya. Straight down, straight up. And then I'm going to die cut it out. And I'm going to be using the Stitched So Sweetly dies. I love this because there's a die for everyone in here. And it's the scalloped, stitched rectangles. And then you have these stitched shapes as well. And these two larger ones layer, as do these smaller ones. And I thought the stitching was so appropriate because of the stitching on our card. So I'm going to use the second smallest one. And I'm going to run that through my die cut machine. All right, here is my die cut piece. And I'm just going to add that to the front of my card. And I'm going to put it right in the middle here. The last thing I'm going to do is take a piece of basic white, 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to drop that on the inside of my card. And I'm not going to write anything in it because my customer can use this however she wants when she needs to use it. And there we have it. Super cute, sweet, and simple, and it uses up all your little scraps. If you enjoyed this project, I'd love it if you would give this video a thumbs up, and if you would consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. And if you have any questions at all about this project or any of the products I used, certainly contact me through my blog, www.stampwithanna.net. And if you do not have a demonstrator with whom you work, I'll be glad to help you out. Thanks so much. Have a great day.